Good morning, everybody. We have a sharply higher trade in the grain markets here early on Monday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. July corn futures up 14 cents at 646 and a half. December corn up 9 3/4 at 560 and a half. July soybeans up 7 cents at 15.23. November soybeans up 5 1/4 at 13.46 3/4. July Chicago wheat up 17 cents at 7.29. July Kansas City wheat up 18 1/4 at 6.98 3/4. We've got the spring wheat market up 10 to 12 cents. If you guys are listening on the podcast, as always, thank you for listening. Leave me a review if you have not already. If you're watching on YouTube, really appreciate it. Drop a comment in the YouTube video if you have any questions or concerns, and make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. That would really help me out. If you need some additional assistance from me, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan here in the upper right-hand corner. For $49 a month, I offer a subscription service. It includes my morning email, which goes out every business day at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. It includes a text message service. I now offer subscriber-only videos and content in which I really get into grain marketing, everything from cash sales, capture and carry, option strategies, all that sort of stuff. This is a monthly subscription that can be canceled at any time. There is no other fee, no other obligation, nothing like that. So certainly give that a shot. To get into some of the headlines here this morning, we'll start off with South America. Brazil's second corn crop remains a significant concern. Your key growing areas there have been very dry. There is very little relief in sight in terms of rainfall. So traders and analysts, I think, are preparing for additional downward revisions to crop estimates there. A short crop in Brazil would likely translate to additional export business for the U.S. So you should see ratings, I would imagine, continue to deteriorate there. And again, this is something that could drive some additional export business to the U.S. So that remains a big concern of the market. In additional South American news, Argentina is again considering an increase in grain export taxes. One government official apparently told a local radio station on Friday that an increase is being analyzed. Food prices in Argentina are an issue. They have just massive inflation in Argentina. The 12-month inflation rate was 43% through March. So the government, essentially with a measure like this, would be attempting to keep food prices down. They tried to do this earlier this year, and they got big-time pushback from farmers and farm groups. But this is an additional kind of friendly headline this morning, potentially. Argentina is a big corn exporter. They're the third largest corn exporter in the world. They're the largest soybean meal exporter. So again, another kind of friendly headline out of South America. Fund traders continue to build length in the grain markets. Funds hold what I would consider to be extreme net length in the corn market and also in the soybean market. They are now building length in the wheat markets. Given these recent regulatory changes, and I've discussed this at length here, funds are now able to hold much larger positions than they were previously. We may have to change our definitions a little bit of what is considered extreme, and we may have to do that following this year's rally. But this is all kind of a work in progress here. But funds were estimated at Friday's close to be long 472,000 contracts of corn, 194,000 contracts of soybeans, and 25,000 contracts of SRW wheat. That's the estimated length at Friday's close, futures only. Row crop planting may move very quickly in the U.S. this week. We've got warmer weather that has already hit the plains and the western Corn Belt. Those warmer temperatures will reach the far eastern Corn Belt by tomorrow at the latest. You may see 2 or 3 days of cooler temperatures, maybe like Thursday through Saturday, but that's going to be short-lived. There are some areas of, say, central Illinois, southern Illinois into Indiana that'll see some rain, but this is going to be a really good window for row crop planting here in the U.S. I think things are going to move very quickly this week in some areas, especially western areas, but it's going to be a busy week for farmers, I think. Key U.S. spring wheat areas remain dry and will remain dry. This morning's forecast offering very little rain for key areas of North Dakota, western Minnesota, some of the areas of northern Montana into Canada. We'll see some rain during the next couple of weeks. But these areas have been drought-stricken for months. It looks to get worse. This doesn't only have implications just for spring wheat. I mean, that's the immediate implication. But, I mean, you've got to think about corn and soybeans as well, because we're looking for these big increases, big acreage increases in those crops in the Dakotas, and these are problematic areas with this drought. Certainly, we did have a cattle on feed report on Friday. I'd probably say that it was maybe a little bit friendly. Cattle on feed came in at like 105. We were looking for 106. The placements number was maybe the friendly number, if anything, 128. They were looking for 134. Marketings were on par with expectations at 101. Cash cattle was 119 to 120 in the south, 120 to 121 in the north last week. The feeder cattle index has kind of been backing off again, 136 and change on Friday. The box beef market was mixed on Friday. The outside markets here today, kind of quiet. We've got the S&P down 4, the Dow's up 36. Precious metals are mixed. We've got the U.S. dollar down just a little bit. Crude oil is down 93 cents at 61.20 in the June WTI. The bonds are down a little bit. If you guys would like some more information from me, as always, check out my website. Everybody have a great week. I'll talk to you same time tomorrow morning.